You pull into a truck stop at midnight. You're 14, the 14-hour driving limit, ticking down, and the only open pump has a truck parked at it with the driver inside eating fried chicken. You tap the air horn. Nothing. He waves, like he's got all night. That's the moment you realize there's a whole rule book out here that nobody ever wrote down, and the guy inside that cab just broke the first one. 8 rules. No manual, no CDL, commercial driver's license, school test, no FMCSA, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Fine attached. Counted from the everyday courtesies you learn in your first month all the way up to the sacred ones. The code that actually holds this job together, bad to worst. Anybody can repeat the federal regulations. That's the lazy version. This list is the real thing. Rules drivers have enforced with nothing but a look and a keyed mic. That is, pressing the talk button on the CB radio for decades. And where the code got tested, where a widow got a law passed, where a town tried to ticket a courtesy and ended up in front of a federal judge, the proof is clear. And the rule at the very top of this list takes about 2 seconds, uses no words at all, and one town in Missouri started writing drivers a $1,000 ticket for doing it. A federal judge had to settle it. This particular piece of trucker courtesy is protected by the Constitution of the United States. Let's get into it. Number 8. The fuel island is not a parking spot. This is the entry-level respect test. It says, I see your time as exactly equal to mine. Pull in, pump, move the truck to a real spot before you shower, eat, or do paperwork. Grabbing your receipt and a coffee is tolerated. A 30-minute meal run while your rig blocks the pump is not. As one safety trainer put it, the fuel island is for fueling. And that's it. Every minute you camp at the pump is a minute off somebody else's driving day, and the whole lot is watching. No fine for this one. Something better enforces it. Hold on to that. We'll hear its name again before the end. Number 7. Back in, nose out. A veteran can read your whole experience level from 100 yards away. Reverse in, so the nose faces out. Leaving is the dangerous move. Backing out blind into a dark, moving lot at 4 a.m. is how trucks get hit. Backing in on arrival means you pull straight out, and a nosed-in trailer sticks out roughly 10 feet past the properly parked trucks beside it, choking the lane. The 2 extra minutes on arrival save you a blindside backing at dawn, and the whole lot reads your parking job like a resume. Take the 2 minutes. That next rule costs you nothing but patience, and breaking it can wreck another driver's entire next day. Number 6. Never wake a sleeping driver. The sleeper berth is sacred because every driver in that lot is on a different federal driving schedule. The man behind the curtain at 2 p.m. might be starting his night shift at 8. His 10-hour break is a legal requirement, not a nap. Broken sleep can wreck tomorrow's driving at 70 miles an hour. You do not knock on another driver's cab. Not to chat, not to ask a question, not to tell him he's in your spot. The only exceptions: his truck is being towed, broken into, leaking, or on fire. Prime, a large trucking company, says it plainly in their driver guide. Don't knock on drivers' doors and interrupt their downtime unless they've invited you to. Picture the soft thump of a fist on a sleeper side in the middle of the night. Inside, a driver jerks awake, heart hammering, his next day's safety now depending on broken sleep. Whatever it is, it can wait until his curtain opens. Number 5. Find your spot before the sun goes down. Those first 3 rules, the pump, the park, the knock, they all orbit the same star. And here's the brutal math behind every one of them. There is roughly 1 legal truck parking space for every 11 trucks that need one. ATRI, the American Transportation Research Institute, studied real driver diaries. Drivers spend an average of 56 minutes a day just looking for parking. And now you should know the name Jason Rivenberg. March 5th, 2009. A young driver hauling milk arrived early to a Food Lion distribution center in South Carolina and had nowhere legal to wait. He parked at a dark, abandoned gas station, a spot other truckers used. He was robbed and shot dead for the $7 he had on him. He left a pregnant wife, Hope, and a young son. Hope Rivenberg fought for 3 years until Jason's law was signed in July 2012, dedicating federal money to truck parking. God rest him. The veteran's version of the rule is this: Your driving day ends when the parking ends, not when your clock runs out. Park early or park scared. Now you know why the fuel island rule and the parking rule exist. There is not enough asphalt, so good manners become the system that keeps things working. And that's something better I mentioned? It's the whole lot watching. Peer pressure enforces that pump harder than any fine. Let me ask you something lighter, but just as specific. What's the most boring sounding load you've ever heard a driver announce on Channel 19? The CB channel every driver monitors. The one you knew was a target the second he said it? Drop it in the comments. That's how I'll know who actually made it this deep into the video. And while you're down there, hit subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and unlike the fuel island pump, you can stay parked here as long as you want. Now let's talk about exactly why that comment question is more than a joke. Number 4, never talk about your load. You don't tell strangers what you're hauling. Not the cargo, not its value, not where it's going. CargoNet, the firm that tracks cargo theft across the country, recorded 3,625 theft incidents in 2024. The total for the year, nearly $455 million. A driver announcing, "I'm loaded with copper for Dallas," on an open radio is doing the thieves' reconnaissance, that is, spying for them. Picture a driver at a fuel desk. A friendly stranger leans in. The question hangs in the air. He grins and says, "Just freight." The stranger nods and moves on. Neither offended, but the load stays invisible. The safest cargo security device on the road is a polite, practiced way to turn the question aside. It costs nothing, and it kills the recon. Number 3, Channel 19 belongs to everyone. Listen before you key up. That is, press the talk button. Just like you don't announce your cargo, you don't block the shared channel that doubles as an emergency system. The rule? Listen before you talk. Never key over another driver mid-sentence. That is, interrupt them by pressing your talk button. Keep it short and keep Channel 9 holy. Channel 9 is for emergencies only. Drivers enforce it like a sacred rule. The cost of a blocked channel is not just irritation. It's that drivers turn the volume down, and then nobody hears the brake check westbound that could have saved a multi-vehicle crash. Picture a driver at night, trying to call out a sudden thick fog on I-77 at Fancy Gap. But the frequency is a wall of unclear noise, and behind it, a quiet, desperate slowdown that nobody hears clearly. Say what you need. Location, direction, hazard, and unkey. That is, release the talk button. Listen twice as much as you talk. The 3 rules left are the sacred ones. These don't just govern a lot. They define what kind of driver you are in the dark when nobody's watching. Number 2, you don't drive past a hood up. This rule is the brotherhood itself, and it is the one the veterans say is fading fastest. A truck on the shoulder with the hood up used to mean every passing driver slowed down, keyed up, and asked. Today, the minimum standard of the code is simpler, but no less binding. Slow down, move over, and make the radio check. December 22, 2009. Tulsa-based Aero Trucking shut down overnight, 3 days before Christmas. It stranded roughly 1,400 drivers when their fuel cards, the company cards for paying at the pump, stopped working. Within a day, drivers were posting their own routes on a support page so they could pick up stranded Aero drivers along the way. Strangers detouring to carry other men home for Christmas. Picture a lonely stretch of I-80 in Wyoming. Cold wind, a truck on the shoulder with steam rising from the hood. A pair of headlights approaches, slows, moves over, and over the CB. You got help coming, driver? The difference between a steering wheel holder and a driver is what he does when he sees 4 ways, the hazard lights, on the shoulder. The road doesn't go easy on anyone. The code does. Number 1, the warning flash. You come over a hill on a 2-lane state road, and there's a speed trap sitting in the shade. Your headlights flash twice at the oncoming traffic, a 2-second signal that says, "Slow down, something's ahead." It doesn't help anyone break the law. It makes everyone who sees it slow down. It is a safety broadcast. And in 2014, a federal judge ruled it is protected speech under the First Amendment. November 2012, Ellisville, Missouri. A driver named Michael Ellie came over a hill, saw a speed trap, and flashed his headlights. An officer cited him for it, an offense that carried a $1,000 fine. The city dropped the charge, but Ellie, with the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, took them to federal court. On February 3, 2014, U.S. District Judge Henry E. Autry ruled that flashing your headlights to warn other drivers is speech protected by the First Amendment. The reasoning, the flash, sends a message to bring one's driving in conformity with the law. Slow down, lights on, proceed with caution. Ellisville is forever prohibited from ticketing anyone for communicating by flashing his or her automobile headlamps. 2 seconds, no words, a $1,000 ticket. And a federal judge looked at this courtesy that truckers have passed down for 70 years and ruled it is not just tradition, it is protected speech. 2 quick flashes in daylight, a gentle dim at night, never high beams into oncoming eyes. You're not beating the radar, you're slowing the road down. That's the job of the code, and it always was. So here's where the journey lands. 8 rules, no agency, no manual, and look at what they're all made of. Respect for another driver's time. At the pump, the spot, the sleep. Respect for his safety. In the flash, the shoulder, the load. And a language that never needed words. The FMCSA, the federal safety agency we mentioned, keeps the truck legal with its regulations. This code keeps this job human. It only survives one way, drivers teaching it forward. The men and women who do this job back 70-foot rigs into dark holes at midnight. They flash strangers over in the rain, pull a fellow driver off a freezing shoulder. They carry the country through its worst corners on a code nobody gave them credit for. That credit is long overdue. So here's the question for you, and you are the only ones who can answer it. What's the unwritten rule I missed? The one a veteran taught you, or the one a rookie broke in front of you this week? Name it. The best ones become the next video. I read every single comment. And if you're not subscribed yet, it's free. And unlike a fuel island pump, you can stay parked here as long as you want. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up and flash them over.